Hey boxing fans, welcome to another edition of Boxing for Real. I'm your host, Don Omega. I am Truth with me. We got some boxing news for you. Let's go. Okay, first thing we want to talk about, Zav Judah is returning finally. He just waited out his April suspension thing in Las Vegas for some stupid reason. Don't know why. There's plenty of other places he could have fought, as we mentioned before.
But that's over. He's coming back April 27th.
Finally coming back April 27th, exactly. Looking real forward to it. Don't know the opponent yet, but I'm sure it'll just be someone for a tune-up, probably a first-round knockout type guy.
Maybe two. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It just depends on the opponent. It'd be great if it'd be... I think he could jump back in there with a top...
Cintron or...
a top name right now. Exactly.
Anybody,
definitely Cintron.
Definitely. For a title. I mean...
Margarito, whoever.
Yeah, of course.
Margarito went to that 10-rounder. Well, Judah can get that. For March 3rd. Anyhow,
going to be on a Friday, too, so don't know whether the network yet.
April 27th, exactly. That is a Friday.
Don't know what's going on with that yet, so...
Hopefully it at least gets shown. Surely somewhere it'll be shown.
Yeah, sure. I can't see it on Friday Night Fights, though, really. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with that if it's on there.
Of course.
I'd actually prefer that over any other Friday option.
Over a pay-per-view from Prize Fight Boxing. So.
Yep, let's get something else. Although it wouldn't be a horrible pay-per-view card. It'd just be a horrible...
Peterson brothers on it, probably, too.
It'd just be horrible that it'd be on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay, anyhow, also want to talk Casamayor. He's got a possible fight with either Juan Diaz or versus Freitas.
Rematch.
Part 2.
Yeah. And
get avenge the BS loss. But anyhow, the Casamayor Diaz would be in March. The Casamayor Freitas would be in April. I'd say why not both?
Well,
but
and definitely go after Freitas right now because he's actually seemingly wanting to fight Casamayor for once in the past 5 years. So take it. You better go after it.
If he'll actually climb in the ring.
Yeah.
Which I'll believe when I see.
You better go after it.
Go after that. Avenge the loss.
Yes.
Diaz is young, still up and coming.
Plenty of time for that.
And he could let his stock rise some more. His stock really isn't that high right now, anyhow. Not that Freitas is either, truthfully, but Diaz could be a potential money fight.
Later on.
Yep, so go ahead and wait on that.
Go ahead and avenge the loss to Freitas.
Absolutely.
Not loss.
That's what I'd like to see. Well, technical loss, but not really.
Yeah.
And anyone that saw it knows that. But anyhow, just moving right along. Also, Rafael Marquez versus Israel Vasquez, April 7th.
Yep, Showtime. Looks like that's going to be the date. Not confirmed completely, but it's looking likely. Great fight.
Israel Vasquez, one of the best people that Rafael Marquez could hope to fight.
Definitely.
And
the other way around. So.
Definitely.
122. It's going to be a 122. Marquez moving up in weight. So the best at both divisions coming together to fight each other. So.
Right now I'm going to definitely go with Marquez to win the fight.
I'll go with Marquez, but it's a pick'em fight.
It is a pick'em fight. So, I would not be a bit surprised. If anything, I think that has a potential to be an absolute war.
Definitely.
And both these guys hit very hard. I'm looking forward to that. April 7th. Can't believe that's so close.
That'll be competing with Manfredo versus Calzaghe on HBO, so that's not much of a choice. So.
Nope. I mean, you can watch Calzaghe maul Manfredo afterwards. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But anyhow, whatever. That's stupid for them to compete, but whatever. Okay, also you got Demetrius Hopkins. Not Demetrius, sorry, that's later on. Bernard Hopkins versus Roy Jones or Calzaghe.
Of course, depending if Calzaghe gets past Manfredo, which we expect him to. But.
I don't think he'll bother going after Manfredo. Anyhow.
Yeah.
Hopkins versus Jones or Calzaghe possibly for July 21st.
HBO set aside the pay-per-view date already.
Can't believe it.
For Hopkins. So.
Can't believe it with Jones being in the mix.
Yeah. Love to see either one. Fine if he goes ahead and takes Calzaghe. Jones should get a few more fights. under his...
Yeah, I really would like to see Jones get at least one more fight.
Yeah, at least one. I mean, it'll be almost a year since his last fight if he waits until then. Of course, over a year for Hopkins since the Tarver fight, so by that time.
Yep, that's interesting that Hopkins is even taking such a big fight against either of those.
Yeah. I'll go with Jones against Hopkins and Hopkins against Calzaghe.
Yeah, I would have to overall agree. Although I would not be surprised if Hopkins were to beat Jones. It would not
be pretty surprised.
It wouldn't surprise me because Jones, I don't know, it just would not surprise me.
I just think it's a bad style matchup for Bernard completely. So.
Yeah, and I could kind of see it being a bad matchup for Jones. Just Hopkins is definitely a different fighter than he was back when Jones fought him before. And Jones is definitely worse than when he beat Hopkins, and Hopkins is better. I think it'd be a much closer fight than their first one. No. That wouldn't be saying much, but...
I'd actually go with Jones to knock him out late in this fight.
No, that's crazy talk. If anyone gets knocked out, Jones will be the one getting knocked out.
Not
There's
by
no doubt
Hopkins.
about that. Well, Tarver isn't a power hitter either. He got knocked out in 2 rounds.
He's definitely more powerful than Hopkins, being at the weight.
Yeah, he's definitely more powerful than Hopkins, but still he's not a power hitter either. And Jones got knocked out in 2 rounds by him and knocked out in 9 rounds by another non-power hitter.
That's not a power hitter. Yeah.
Neither one of them are power hitters. I don't consider them one-punch power hitters at all. And you can't say Tarver broke Jones down. Of course,
because he got him with one punch. Only punch he landed, basically.
Yep, so it wouldn't surprise me. Also, I still have to question somewhat Jones's mentality at this point. How much, like, the Jammu guy, he definitely could have gone after him more, and what's his mentality going to be in a big fight like that? In the Tarver 3 fight, he seemed a little nervous at points.
Yeah.
And
didn't go after it.
He did not go after Tarver in some key points in that fight when he definitely should have. When Tarver was against the ropes.
He did know, of course, Tarver could hurt him and knock him out at that point. I think he doesn't believe Hopkins can, really, because it's been a long time, of course.
I didn't think so either, so I mean,
well,
I know that's a totally different weight class.
Totally different fighter, too.
But definitely not, but both of them clearly don't have great chins, so anything can happen. That's been proven, and I've learned very much the hard way not to doubt Bernard Hopkins' ability, so anyhow, we'll get to that as the fight gets closer, definitely. But